So, hi, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to come on here today and I wanted to go over a little bit with you guys, a little bit more about myself. I know it's getting annoying just hearing about myself constantly. However, I just want to be as transparent as possible with everybody as time goes on, especially if you are looking at doing business with me and working with me in the future. I've already told you a little bit about myself in the past area of my challenges, what I've overcome up until this point, and a little bit about my plans in the future. I have given you guys now an update of some of my talents and what I am able to create. And that's just a small piece of myself. I have posted videos on, I think, one or two other channels. So definitely keep a lookout for those. I have posted some of my 3D artwork from, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. It has been a while since I have been able to concoct some new pieces because I do not currently have the devices that I had at that time. So please forgive me. I also have posted some of my gameplay on another channel. However, that stuff is not properly labeled, and I have yet to be able to get back to playing those video games and fixing their labelings. So forgive me for that as I go on. Now, I do want to bring to you guys' attention a little bit about my overcoming of the smoker's habit. Now, I did say I kicked the nicotine habit, and you're going to hear that in a couple different videos. I did kick that habit within the past 2 months. It has been quite a challenging situation. However, I figured out the formula to do so. So I would love to share that with you guys. However, I am also on this train of I'd rather, you know, not share too much about it because I am still an avid stoner, even though right now I have not been able to indulge in smoking of the THC. Now, one thing you will see in some of my videos as we continue forward, you are going to see more of what I am capable of, how I play video games, all of that good jazz. You're going to get a little more of who I am as a person. You also might get some tarot card reads because I have done tarot and oracle card readings. I have not done any in a very long time. I actually took a break from those as well to do some more research so I could get a little bit more. I don't want to say accuracy. I want to say I want more information before I start dabbling in the esoteric and metaphysical arts. However, you will see that in the future I will be indulging in the marijuana products or the THC products. I am not big on tobacco or vape products. It's not something that I particularly enjoy, although once in a while I may get that like inkling to get like a fix, and at that point I'll grab a cigarette and I'll stick it up to my nose and I'll sniff it and then I'll be like ugh, and I'll throw it away. That's how I have dealt with the cigarette problem up until now. However, going forward, that's not how I kicked it, because trust me, that doesn't kick it for most people. However, it is a big first step. um, I will be dabbling in the THC products. I'm one to take a joint, smoke one in the morning, and then smoke one in the evening. I try to stay away from it while I am at work uh, and while I am out and about if it's not my day off. Now, I don't like to enter into business situations with in a inebriated state. I also do not like to interact with certain individuals while I am in an elevated state as well. This is something that I have avoided for a very long time, and I plan to continue avoiding as the times go on. I do not. I like to be completely alert, especially when I'm in a mode to do business. Because if I am not, it could be a dangerous situation and I miss it entirely. I could miss important information or so on and so forth. So, although it may not seem like such, I have had very good control of the habit up until this point. I will not say that I am not without fault. In the past, I used to be very bad. I used to smoke like every 2 hours, every 3 hours or so. And this is a literal thing. I used to go and, sometimes I was on one. Not only with the nicotine habit, but with the cigarette habit. Again, I have quit these things in the past couple of months, and again, I have been trying to curb the habit as much as I possibly can. So, just to be a little bit more transparent with you guys, when I get the chance and when I get the equipment, when I'm able to do so, I will start doing high time video gaming. I will also do more sketch art. I will have conversations, live videos where you can interact with me while I'm in an elevated state, if that's interesting to you at all. However, I could be a little out of there whenever that happens. So forgive me. That is one of the ways that I keep myself in line is by engaging in the THC. Now, these are just a couple things that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention as you continue to follow me. If you do continue to follow me in the future, I'd be more than happy to bring more transparency into each situation. However, right now, again, I am not indulging in the marijuana products. I cannot smoke regular marijuana anymore. It is more THCA and uh, Delta 9, Delta 8 products. I'm big on THC. That's pretty much where I'm at. One THC joint or THC blend or whatever, I'll endure the flower. However, when it comes to the CBD and stuff, that's I've recently I've been getting that that was the end all for that one. So again, this is just a little bit about myself. I want to bring complete transparency to you guys about myself. Forgive me if you have misinterpreted or if I have miscommunicated in regards to who I am or some of the things that I need to be a little bit more transparent about. Again, I want you guys to know who I am fully, especially because I do plan on continuing doing business underneath the Sears Guild, as well as doing business as a video game creator, as a content creator, and being able to move forward. I won't lie, I'm probably more fun when I'm elevated than I am while I am on a regular situation. And I do feel like it is sometimes necessary for some people to engage in THC products, but not everybody. I do not feel like you should force yourself at all. This is a full disclaimer. I do not feel like you should force yourself to engage with THC products or nicotine products or smoking products of any type, vapes included. If you are pregnant or have with child, or if you have severe mental disorders that could be heightened with these products, I do want to make sure that you know that that is not something I recommend you partake in, especially if you have a high anxiety or a high depression rate. That is something I also would recommend you avoid doing because it can bring about serious complications, or it can bring about side effects that you may not want to engage in. These are some of the things that I want to communicate with you guys before, you know, you just go out and engage in these products, because even though it says it on the box, we all know not everybody reads the box. Not everybody cares to read the box. And I've also known, and I've also seen an increase of usage of vaping products. And I've also smelled in the air an increase of THC usage, which, yes, is a good thing in moderation, just like alcohol. So, again, if you are dealing with certain illnesses, make sure you consult your doctor before using these products. Also, please make sure to consult a mental health professional before using these products as well, so that you can know if these are good for you or they will be detrimental to your health. I do not recommend using these products if you will be detrimental if you are going through mental health issues, if you are pregnant, or if you are having chronic health issues, if you have cancer. Please just make sure you stay safe. I have had family who has passed away from cancer in the past, and I definitely do not want to see a collective of people that follow me engage in these products and think that it is okay to, go about engaging in using these products if they're not going to be healthy or good for them. And this is just one thing I wanted to come by and talk to you guys about, a little bit more about myself, while also giving you a disclaimer and how I feel about the products, to be completely honest, because not many people feel the same about the products that I do. Again, I feel like THCA and THC products are good for some people, not everybody. However, if you do use it, I do not judge, because I am a stoner at heart, and I will continue being a stoner more than likely until I get tired of it, or until the day I die. So, if you don't have any questions, comments, or concerns, thank you so much for tuning into this episode at Slice of D 54 on YouTube. This is D, again, with a full disclaimer and a little bit more about himself, opening up the window and opening up towards a little bit more transparency, so you guys know a little bit more about who I am, what I engage in. If you would like to work with me, I'd be more than happy to do so. If you do not, I am not hurt by such. Again, please feel free to drop a like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, please rewind to go through the full disclaimer again, because again, I want you to be clear. I recommend these products for some people. However, there are certain situations, issues, and so on and so forth that I do not recommend you utilize these products. This is just something for me and something to make me more comfortable, but also something to, keep you guys a little bit in tune with me as a content creator and a person, and how I operate. So again, I do thank you guys for showing up here today and listening to me. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to drop those likes, comments, and subscribes in the comment box below. I do look forward to reading each and every one of those, and I do look forward to seeing your views. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will see you later. D out.